So hi everyone, this is Jessica from the Achievement Squad, and I am coming at you with something that we would not normally do on this channel. I am currently been incredibly blessed and actually have been playing the Tiny Tina Wonderlands demo. So a big shout out to Tom over at 2K and the team at Gearbox and 2K for allowing us to have a brief play of the demo that is for Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. I have a lot of fun playing with this and trying to think of the ways that I can do content for the channel, but overall it has been great fun. So the demo has given us access to two of the classes. So we've had access to the Stabbermancer and the Graveborn, and it's given us access to an area called Mount Crawl, which is an optional area that you get to visit in the game, and you get the ability to try out 4 of the side missions that are there. So that being said, do not watch this any further if you want to avoid spoilers. They're not major spoilers because they're not part of the main storyline, but they are elements of this demo. However, I have had a lot of fun playing this and I am looking forward to covering it. You know, as you've probably watched, we've covered different Borderlands content on our channels. So we have, you know, Borderlands 1 and the remaster. We covered Borderlands 3 doing all of the collectibles and this kind of stuff. So looking forward to see what we can do with Tiny Tina's Wonderland in the future. So we're heading over to Mount Crawl and I'm going to be playing as the Graveborn class. Okay, so I'm about to actually give you a bit of an overview of the game. I am currently in as the Graveborn, and as you can see I've got my Demi-Lich companion nearby. But I'm going to give you two of the side missions to show you, but I'm going to give you a bit of an overview of the menu in the back end of the game, and I'm going to talk a little bit about the Graveborn class. So here we are in Mount Crawl, which in true Borderlands fashion is absolutely monumental. The size of the map is ridiculous, but that is true Borderlands, or now I could say Wonderland style of map design. There is a lot to do and explore within each area. We see things like coming back as well, like the different crew challenges and all this kind of stuff. But just to give you an overview, this is the world map, I believe. I don't know whether it goes any bigger than this, but it's pretty huge before we even start. We can see Mount Crawl is where we are situated. So now we have our journal, which is going to have your classic quest log in here. So when you go in, you're going to go find the missions that you've got lined up. Mine is currently empty because I do not have anything in there. We have something called world buffs. World buffs come with something called shrines and campaign challenges. So what you can see on the right hand side, these will give you a bit of a performance boost as well as loot. I don't know much about this because there's not a huge amount covered in the one area. It's probably going to all spread across the campaign and in the higher world maps as well that we've got. So one of the first notable changes is on the left hand side. We can now pick our own melee weapon. That is significantly awesome. And this means we can pretty much turn any class into a bit of a melee class. I even found a frying pan melee weapon as well, which was a legendary, which is the first one I found, and it was pretty damn awesome. But yeah, nice addition. We have 6 slots for gear, so we actually have the ability to equip 2 rings at the same time, one on the left and one on the right. The rings are going to give you the kind of classic little bump, such as increasing damage in one area. We have our ward, which is the equivalent of our shield. If you've played Borderlands, you know what a shield is. I won't explain that too much. Just below that, we have our armor, which is the equivalent of a class mod. In this scenario, I've got a Berserker one equipped, so I'm going to swap that over. However, it's worth noting you can equip any armor to any class. You're not bound like you are with a class mod. So you'll actually go through the game and you'll find sometimes as well these pieces of armor will affect 2 different classes. And we also have spells. Spells are the equivalent of grenades. They come in multiple different ways. You have quick casting spells where you just tap the bumper and it will fire out a shot, or you'll have to hold it down to charge it up, and they do some really cool effects like summoning meteorites or dropping snakes or summoning wyverns to come in and fight for you. The endless possibility is there. I do not know what we're going to get out of that front, but it is going to be good. So now jumping over to the Graveborn skill tree. So with this skill tree, we are given a Demi-Lich. A Demi-Lich is a dark magic orientated friend, and they're going to give something called a Hellish Blast every time you cast a spell, and it's going to match the element of your spell, and it has a small cooldown duration as well. Dark magic is a new addition into the Wonderlands series, and it effectively operates as life leeching. We have the skill Dire Sacrifice, which is an area of effect attack, is very powerful. Now, at the caveat, the health, when you trigger the attack, you're going to lose 40% of your health. However, the number of hit points that you lose is converted into additional damage to the enemies nearby, and it is going to cast the dark magic damage and abilities to them. So big area of effect with lots of damage. The more health you have, the more damage that you do, but obviously you will lose more health. Reaper of Bones is going to trigger when you press the right bumper. What am I talking about here? You guys know this anyway. But it's going to fully heal you back to full health, and it is going to increase your leech efficiency and give you a dark magic bonus to whatever it is that you're using in your hand at the time. Now this skill is going to take your health away, and it ends when you hit 0 health. When you hit 0 health, you become invulnerable for a short period of time. But you can heal in that time, and the length of this skill is dependent on your health being present. Mortal Vessel is going to increase our health and dark magic efficiency by 15% when you put 5 points into this one. We have the kill skill for spell cooldown rate, so it's going to generally cool down our spells a little bit quicker. 25% is the maximum that you can do here. You then have your Faithful Thralls. So damage dealt for every companion is increased. The more companions you have on the field, the more damage you do. So you have your Demi-Lich by standard, but you can also summon in Hydras once you do a kill. So there's something that's down in the tree later. But the more of those guys that you have, the more damage that you do. Okay, and then we have the Sanguine Sacrament. So this is going to regenerate health every time we cast a spell. We can get a maximum of 15% of our health back over a duration of 2 seconds. So it's a pretty strengthy health burst that we're going to have there, and we're going to be needing it if we're going to be sacrificing our health. Dark Pact will increase our dark magic damage by 20%. It's a very simple skill. Very nice to have though for this character, as it is built around dark magic damage. Next up we have Harvest. So every time we kill an enemy, our companions are going to gain a dark magic bonus for a short duration. It's up to 18% more damage across 2 stacks that they can gain. Another kill skill is that we can summon in a Dark Hydra that does dark magic ability. 60% chance one of these guys will spawn in once you get a kill. It's a little snake that sits on the spot and shoots out little laser beams and does damage. The maximum cap that you can get is 3 skill points into this particular piece. We have Stain of the Soul. So the fatemaker spell deal bonus dark magic damage. So whatever it is that you do in terms of a spell, if you cast a fire spell, you're going to get an additional 20% dark magic bonus on top of that. We have Dread Covenant, which is about redirecting your damage that you receive to your Demi-Lich. And once you hit 1 health, you restore 75% of your health and you sacrifice your Demi-Lich in the process. It's going to increase your survivability a little bit more. I wonder if that works well with Reaper of Bones. We then have Ascension, which is going to be an absolute powerhouse. So every time we kill an enemy, we increase our maximum health and spell damage. We can get up to 60% more health and spell damage. When you're combining that with something like Reaper of Bones and Dire Sacrifice, Reaper of Bones will last for longer, Dire Sacrifice will do more damage. So 60% more health and 60% more damage is huge for this scenario. You are going to be tanking out damage and surviving for a lot longer. Punishment. The Demi-Lich can summon 2 Hellish Blasts as opposed to 1, and that is on a chance-based basis. I do not know how many skill points you can put into this one. Lords of the Edge. Now, this is probably going to be potentially a big powerhouse. It's currently saying, and I've not got this far down the skill tree, but you can up to 25% additional damage dealt and reduction for the lower that your health is. If you can put 3 skill points in here, you're talking maybe 35% more damage. I did not get that far down the skill tree yet. Hopefully I can soon in this very short time of having this demo left, but this is going to be a powerhouse. You then have Blast Cap. So whenever spell damage occurs, it has the chance to create a elemental explosion surrounding the target, dealing ability damage of that spell type to nearby enemies. So if you fire off a fire spell, you're going to get potentially a fire nova in return. It's going to be very helpful, that one. And now next up is the big one. This to me, Morheim's Blessing. This is like where Zane is literally coming into the play here. Casting a spell activates all of your different kill skills that you have available to you. this is going to get crazy because I don't even know what half the kill skills available to you are. If you're going to be mixing in things from the different spellborn classes and spore wardens and all of this kind of stuff, who knows what you're going to get. But you could be absolutely tanking out damage. If you've got a good spell cooldown rate, you could be firing off this kind of stuff. Shooting off spells very quickly is going to increase your health and the damage that you output with your specials. I think this is going to get mental. You also have hero stats down in the bottom right hand corner, which is effectively in giving you damage buffs and this kind of stuff. It's very basic. And then we've got something called the myth rank. I've not gotten to level 40 yet because I can't make it that far in a single day. Yeah, but who knows what that's going to offer to us. So now I'm going to show you off the Graveborn class. I'm going to keep narration to a minimum, but we're going to go see Claptrap and Bench and do their side missions. Looking forward to sharing you guys a bit more of this content. We'll catch up with you in just a second. Okay, so I've progressed a little bit further through the area, and we are going to go meet up with our long-time old friend Claptrap. He makes a reappearance in this one. However, he looks like a familiar old Jacob's Claptrap. So let's see what's going down here.
There's tidings, friend. I have the perfect job for someone like you. And by like you, I mean willing to do back-breaking dangerous labor for a pittance.
Do love breaking backs. What's the job?
The blacksmith of this forge, Master Tunhammer, is off on a delivery, and he left me in charge of forging a bunch of magical gear while he's gone. Thing is, I kind of forged my forging resume. I don't know how to smith magic items worth a dang, but I do know it starts with mining magic ore. You grab that pick and bust your hump mining and defending yourself from wild animals, while I do the much harder task of preparing the forge. You're all set. Now head to the quarry out back. That magic ore isn't gonna mine itself. There's the quarry. Ah! It looks like Master Tunhammer's locked it up. You can pick locks, right?
Of course I can.
Nice picking, apprentice. Now put those skills to use on that ore.
Okay, so it's worth noting here I am using the dire sacrifice skill for this particular mission. However, it kicks off with us just doing a spot of mining. However, I do particularly like this skill. I think it's actually my favorite skill out of all of them so far. It has this absolutely incredible area of effect where you can give off this giant shockwave that deals a lot of damage. Now this is a true Claptrap mission. Everything is absolutely chaotic, and as you probably expected, nothing goes to plan. However, I'm not going to narrate over the top of it. I'm going to let you enjoy the gameplay, and you can also watch me getting my ass handed to me. So it's probably worth noting with this class, as you're probably observing from this gameplay, it starts off a little bit squishy. So I'm particularly low level at this point in time, and all of my skills involve around me sapping health. So the dire sacrifice, when I trigger it, I lose 40% of my health. However, the character has the ability to make that back through the use of dark magic. So dark magic is intended for sapping the health. So as the character goes down the skill tree, what I noticed when you've got particular guns like this Dahlia SMG here, which is enhanced with dark magic abilities, that you can actually keep stacking up the dark magic damage and keep the health coming back quite quickly. And this character does get very overpowered very quickly. And it's also my favorite class to run. It is very, very good fun. So it's worth noting, we see the return of crew challenges again, as I mentioned in the beginning. We've got these things called dice that are dotted around the map, and when you smack a dice, it actually gives you a whole bunch of loot, but also it increases your luck, so it increases the chance of you getting more rarer loot. For the demo, it didn't actually increase that chance. I think it was predefined, but as Tina is saying with her comments, it does increase. And I'm going to continue mining.
All right, apprentice, haul that magic ore back here so I can get to work on my masterpiece. Now I need you to drop the bits of ore there to fuse them into a workable hunk of metal. Fuse the ores, apprentice. Fuse the ores. Okay, now it's time to roll up my servo motor cladding and hammer this useless junk into a magic weapon worthy of the gods. Oh, this isn't working!
The only useless junk around here is you.
It's this hammer! Master Tunhammer took the good hammer with him, and that magic ore is too strong for any ordinary tool to work. You try! Use the toughest tool you've got! I loosened it up for you. More importantly, I've done it! I've crafted the ultimate weapon! Wait, what the heck is this? Well, we tried honest labor, but now it's time to do what you do best. Take better gear from other people and pass it off as your own. Let's be real, we both knew it would come to this.
Now you're speaking my language. Where am I headed?
To the mountain of despair! That's not its official name, but I am pretty desperate, so that's what I'm calling it. Also, bring the pick. No sense in letting good ore go to waste. If you find any while you're out there, bring it back here for some extra coin. The mountain is full of adventurers who got lost and kicked the bucket while carrying all sorts of magic loot. All you have to do is get the good stuff and bring it back here. Then I can pretend I made it and Master Tunhammer will be impressed and...
Right, I'm at the mountain. Who's our first target?
We're looking for the Charles Ring of Fire Dancing let him walk on lava unharmed. But he was notoriously clumsy and fell face first into the river and burned to a crisp. All that remains is that ring. Silly humans. When will they learn that one wheel beats two legs any day? That's twice as many things that can go wrong. No wonder you're always tripping all over the place.
Casting and blasting.
So what I have to say about this particular section, down in this area, it actually really reminded me of the pre-sequel. Now, pre-sequel wasn't particularly my most favourite out of the Borderlands. It was still good, and particularly the Claptrap DLC was absolutely fantastic. However, this section, these animals here reminded me of the Kragans, and there's also a jump pad within this area that can be used.
Ain't the same as breaking a ring off a real hand.
Ha ha! Well done! Now grab that magic bling! It's not like he needs it anymore. Great! Now for the next item, I want to get something cool. Literally! Somewhere in the Frosty Hollow, there's the Cloak of Runald. Hurry, apprentice! Your master commands you! Runald was a mighty barbarian who hoped to slay the frost goblins, thinking his cloak of cold resistance would protect him. Well, Runald was frozen solid, but the enchantment kept his cloak in perfect condition.
We could just use the crafting rules to make our own gear.
Girl, that sounds boring as hell. We don't have time for all that crap.
Yeah, fighting people and taking their stuff is way faster and more exciting.
But it's a crafting quest.
Sweet baby friends. I pinky promised that next show we can narrate all the boring stuff you love and roll dice all you want, but for now, we're doing things my way with guns and loot and adventure and actually interesting stuff.
Fine.
So it's great to hear Andy Samberg and Wanda Sykes actually taking over as the characters Valentino and Fret. They are the people that Tina is playing with. Now, one of the things that I wasn't particularly keen on so much was the mini-map and the directional side of it. So normally in the previous Borderlands you would kind of have the diamond in a particular corner. In this scenario you've actually got an arrow with a kind of like taking up a part of the circumference of the mini-map. I actually found that to be a little bit confusing. Hopefully maybe it's something that they improve in the future, as I found it a little bit kind of ambiguous in terms of the direction that I was supposed to be heading. I'm probably overthinking it, however, because the arrow is pretty much where the diamond is. It does create, though, for me a little bit in my brain, as in it could be anywhere within that kind of part of the circumference of the map in the direction it is pointing.
Might have lived if you'd run.
Whatever, return to me, apprentice. Ah, I did it again!
Alright, but what if we just keep these awesome magic items for ourselves?
That doesn't sound very heroic at all.
What are you talking about? We looted them fair and square. We just risked our lives out there. Hey, that rhyme.
Yeah, but we agreed to a quest.
A quest built on a foundation of lies?
If you don't finish the quest, you don't get XP.
Oh, but I'm so close to my super cool class feature.
Then you know what you must do, Valentino.
Who knew being a hero was fraught with so much moral ambiguity?
You've been subcontracting your apprenticeship behind my back, have you? The smithing guild will have my head. Or one of our heads, anyway.
Master Sunhammer, it's not what it looks like. They were just helping me with little things. You know, I can't reach the tools on the top shelf. I did all the hard work.
Right. Then let's see your hard work, shall we?
With pleasure. Yay, you there. Place my works on yon mannequin so Master Tunhammer can marvel at my craft. You see, Master, I told you I could handle it. Take a look at these beauties.
Oh, fine work, apprentice. This is the work of a master. This master! In fact, I made these pieces myself! I'm gonna hammer you and your thieving friend into bloody bedpans!
Ah! Apprentice! Protect your master!
Send back to work, customer service!
Still time to run the other way. Let's get casting and blasting. Landbreaker! I don't do warning shots. Decisions. The spoils of war. get himself some better armor.
Apprentice! What have you done? You killed the master of the smithy. Or should I say former master? I'm in charge now. I knew that promotion was headed my way. You can keep that your pick, by the way. It's not like I'll be using it. Mining for junk.
For strength. Looks like magic's back on the menu.
Now, take your payment and get thee gone! You kinda have a history of killing Master Smiths, which disqualifies you from my apprenticeship program. Some other desperate adventurer will be by to replace you soon enough.
So not gonna lie, love the use of the double barrel of Forgery for the mission title and the objective of the mission. As you can tell, it didn't go to plan. So now we are over by bench, and I am going to be demonstrating to you the Reaper of Bones skill as part of this mission. So Reaper of Bones fills you all the way back up to maximum health, drains your health at the same time but increases your dark magic damage and the leeching efficiency.
We here in the village have been having a spot of trouble with our local evil wizard, Baldar the Ghastly. I know you can help.
Give me 10. I'll put a hole in his skull. He won't bother you anymore.
No! This village has seen enough violence for one lifetime. We want this solved peacefully. Just get him to leave us alone.
No killing. Sure. No problem.
So the crux of this mission is you have to do things without violence, and you have to convince people to be nice. Now we know how this plays out in Borderlands, so I'm assuming it's going to be the same in the Wonderlands. Nobody plays nice. So yeah, you'll see how this goes.
So let me get this straight. We're trying to not aggro this guy?
Yeah, you heard the bird. Don't worry, I'm sure this will be super duper easy since you're both masters of finesse. Smoothest of the smooth.
Oh, we can finesse. We're finesse-capable.
Aw, you really do think that? And I want you to know, from me to you, it's really adorable.
So once again, I just showed you the location of a dice, and that gives us a bit of extra loot. But also nearby in this area we have a red chest. So the red chests are making a grand return, and just at the top of the stairs we also have our first scroll that I've found. These are the equivalent of your echologs. Now hopefully they won't be doing the same thing that they did last time within the Borderlands 3 DLC for the Wedding DLC with Hammerlock, where the collectibles had an achievement, the echologs had the achievement for finding all of them in the game.
Oh, they're still after me. I don't know if I lost them, but I can't run anymore. I just need a second to catch my breath. If anybody finds this, these might be the last words of John. I heard murmurs of revolution around the suit cauldron. I heard a name. GTFO. Goblins tired of false depression. I risked my life to join them. But that life wasn't worth living anyway. But now I finally have something to fight for. If I survive the night, that is.
So here we're going to actually activate the Reaper of Bones skill. So as you can see, all my health returns, and now it is depleting at a pretty damn quick rate. However, because I am using the dark magic skills and abilities and the healing from casting spells, I'm able to keep it procced up to full for a certain period of time. However, no matter whatever you do, it will always hit 0 at the end of this skill. You'll go invulnerable for a bit and return 20% of your health. You know you're invulnerable when you get the yellow markings around the screen. Anyway, so pressing on with the mission.
Are you the evil wizard?
Yes, I take pride in finding new and exciting ways to terrorize those infernal nerds in the village. And with this one-of-a-kind scroll, I shall unlock an ancient tomb housing a weapon more horrifying than you can imagine.
Terrible man. I could end him, but I did promise non-violence. I see only one other option. Wow. Your voice is so husky. Just my type. Did you want to go somewhere more private?
Oh, not this again. Curse these good looks. Do I look like I smash? I'm an evil wizard. I do not smash. Leave me alone. You'll never catch me.
Well, I tried. Time to catch a wizard.
So one of the good things I like about this is the continued sense of humour that Borderlands has always had. I mean, it's greater since the Borderlands 2 when we had Handsome Jack coming in. This still retains that humour very well. So as part of this mission, you actually have the option of bribing and doing all of this kind of stuff with the certain NPCs that you actually encounter. But throughout of this, I actually decide to seduce everybody I meet along the way because I'm like that.
Don't make me try to seduce you again. Neither of us want that.
Please, don't try to seduce me again. It makes me feel super awkward. If you just let me go, I'll give you this. It will unseal an ancient cave, and within you will find a weapon.
I feel a great shift in the magical fabric of the universe. Did you solve our wizard problem?
Yes. Violence free. He gave me a scroll as a sign of good faith. It unseals an ancient cave housing a weapon.
Oh dear. A weapon, you say? Well, you're obviously more than capable of solving our problems without violence. Please get that weapon away from us before any more harm comes to our peaceful village.
So that was really our best effort at seduction, huh?
What? No, just warming up. Yeah, just rusty is all. But we'll do it better next time.
I look forward to seeing you try, nerds. Getting lucky.
Excuse me, must get to that cave.
No, and I don't care who sent you. It's too risky. We don't want any more violence. Oh, hiding something, fascist? Let's see what you got in there.
Okay, if I don't shoot this goblin, there may be a couple of other ways forward. Wow, you have such kind eyes. Do you feel this too? I think we're meant to be together. Come with me. Let's start our journey through this thing called life.
Oh my god, I feel it too. Yes, absolutely. Let's be crazy kids and just do this. Disgusting! Fascist pigs! You both of you! The resistance won't forget this!
Turn back. This place is protected.
Hey! I told you the old seduction technique would work better this time.
Yeah, maybe a little too well, though. This little dude will not stop following us around.
Aw, but he likes us. It's kind of sweet.
Is it, though?
Y'all do know you're gonna have to let him down gently, right?
Love sure is grand, huh?
Was wondering when more of you'd turn up. Winter's Blade! Spellswords are ready! Hold out the oven! Bet you wish you'd turned away. Out of spell slots!
Our kids are gonna be so cute.
Heartbeat's back! Good!
This should be by our starting home. Close to good schools, right? I gotta call my bank so we can learn the correct house.
Chew on this! Time to put this scroll to use. Let's see what weapon hides in this ancient tomb.
That scroll looks like serious trouble. Don't risk a love like this,
Son?
baby. Not when we're getting started. Please, be careful.
So, that's the way it's gonna be, eh?
Dog.
I mean you.
let me just read. Aperta dilatato foraminis. Shooting is the move here, not seducing.
End them so we can start our lives together.
You're not even my first today.
Oh, skull holes.
Oh, thank you so much for noticing.
Just say the word, mate. We can get out of here. Press start. So we can start. Scroll. Just us and our love.
Strange bedfellows and all that.
Oh, no. This is all too dangerous for me. I'll meet you back at the gate, babe. Be strong.
You have completed the ritual. But at what cost? How dare you wake me from my ancient slumber? I am Runefeld, guardian of the Dark Hole. First of my name, last of my kind. Somewhere in the middle of reading anywhere between 1 and 4.
So, you want a kiss?
Flirk Snacks Banderquad. Hall. Oh well, that is probably enough names. You get the point. I am a stone cold murderer, and I will do anything to protect this weapon. It is the only reason I exist. If I do not protect it, why do I exist?
Rough. At least I didn't have to listen to it talk. I see death! Spells are up! Well, that was something. Seems I can just quietly take this and go. Banner's tapped out! See, this is why I like you.
The weapon is in your hands. Now go on, skedaddle out of this dusty pit.
You know, I think we did all right, non-violence-wise.
Yeah, totally. But I did learn something. And that something is this. Violence really is the answer to most things, most of the time.
Hard to argue with that.
We've got live one.
Oh, that's one lucky die.
Fought like rubbish. Died nicely, though.
ready to go, sweetie?
You! Right. I'm afraid I think we're better off as friends.
Oh. Oh. Wow. Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing, for sure. Same. Great. This is perfect. So, see you around then, huh? I guess? Maybe? Okay, great. This is great. Now, if you'll excuse me.
So, have you retrieved the weapon? We can live our peaceful lives without fear?
Sure. Well, I did kill an ancient guardian, but it was a necessary evil.
It is disappointing to hear you turn to violence, but I am appreciative of your efforts nonetheless. You may keep that wretched weapon. Be gone!
So, overall, I think the Graveborn class, out of the two that I've had the option of trying, has been my favourite of the lot. We've also received the Love Leopard of Impatience, which is a reference to Anchorman, and the 60% of the time it works every time quote. And it also shoots hearts, this gun, that break into smaller hearts. Overall, though, I do like the Graveborn class. In the beginning, it does start off a little bit squishy. However, once you get the ball rolling and you get your damage buffs and your levels are going up, the character starts to really become a bit of a powerhouse. I'm hoping that something like the spell shot is going to give us the ability to recharge spells quicker, and there are going to be some spells in the game that actually recharge very quickly, because that's going to be one great way, I think, to keep this character buffed and stacked up. So I'm probably going to run the spell shot and the Graveborn class together. Maybe, but let's see what we find out in time and learn from others. I've been Jessica of Achievement Squad. If you find this useful, drop us a like, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned for more Tiny Tina content.